welcome back from your do now. You were supposed to cut that shape or decompose it to find the area. If you got an area of 164, you are correct. You should have found a strategy to cut it into 2 rectangles. So today we are going to be decomposing these shapes into rectangles and using what we already know about rectangles to figure out the area. So let's go ahead and get started. Edwin is retiling his bathroom using 2x1 tiles. He drew a picture of the floor of his bathroom below to help him plan. How many tiles does he need to buy to cover the entire bathroom floor? If I'm covering something, what am I looking for? Area. So that word cover gave me the hint that I should first find the area before I can figure out how many tiles will fit on this bathroom floor. So we're going to cut or decompose this shape because obviously it's not a shape where we have a formula for. So I'm going to cut it right along here. And this way I end up with 2 rectangles, rectangle A and rectangle B. Now I know in your notes you can't really draw on your rectangle unless you use the insert a drawing feature. You can do that, or you can just watch, but write down all my calculations so that you can always go back to it and use it in your exit ticket or your notes or anything like that. All right, so I have 2 rectangles now, A and B. Once I have those 2 areas, I can just add them together to get my total. Now the question is, what is the area of my rectangle A? Well, I can see the length here is 8 and the width they gave it to me is 10. So my area for rectangle A is 8 times 10, which equals 80. Now let's look at rectangle B. Rectangle B, I know that my length is 4. Oops, that was meant to be a length. But I don't know this width. I don't know how long this is. I know that this total is 20, but I can use that to figure out what this smaller piece would be right here. So I'm going to actually go back to my rectangle A. I know that if this side is 10 feet, the opposite side also has to be 10 feet, because if you remember, a rectangle the opposite sides are always equal. So this right here is actually also going to be 10 feet. So if this part right here is 10, the total is 20, what would be left here for my B? Well, 20 minus 10 is 10. That's how much is left. I have 2 parts. I can always go back and double check. 10 plus 10 is 20. Good. So now I actually found my width of my rectangle B. So my rectangle B will be 4 times 10, which equals 40. So what is my total area? Well, that's easy. You just add it up. 40 plus 80 equals 120 feet squared. Okay, so that was my area of this shape. I decomposed it first, found the areas of the 2 shapes, found my missing side because I didn't know that, and then I ended up with my total area. But now let's go back and make sure we're answering this question. We're retiling the bathroom using 2x1 tiles. So let's pretend this is 2 feet by 1 foot right here. So what is the area of this tile? Well, it's just 2 times 1, which is 2. So the area of 1 tile is 2 feet squared. My total area is 120 feet squared. So how many of these small tiles will fit into my 120? Well, how many times 2 will get me to 120? That's easy. I can just divide. 120 divided by 2 will equal 60. I can always go double check my work. Is 60 times my 2 feet equal to my 120? Yes. So 60 tiles. Edwin will need 60 tiles to cover the floor. We always answer word problems with a sentence. That's what I expect you to do in your slides, and that's what we're doing here. So just a review, what are you going to do when you see a shape like this? You're going to cut it, you're going to decompose it into 2 different rectangles, find the missing side, and just add the 2 areas. I can't wait to see all your work, and good luck on your exit ticket.